I'm too, I mean, I think, I don't remember who's who. But just fiddle with it. If one of us is louder than the other, then just bring it down. You can hear me from this, right? You can't? Oh, wait. Really? Can you hear me now? No? Damn, okay. Yeah, if one of us is louder than the other, just bring it down. Okay. Okay,
Are we just doing a quick one?
Yep, just whenever you're ready. Talk with Jenny.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cousins Gymnasium for this match-up between the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks and your Tufts Jumbos. I'm Lily, and here is Henry, and we are very excited to bring you your broadcast tonight. Tufts is off to a great start last week, beating the Roger Williams Hawks in straight sets, and so they're here to take down the 1 and 2 Scarlet Hawks.
Yeah, it's great to be back on the microphone. Tufts looks to get to a good early start in their invitational 4-team all-weekend round robin. We've got Tufts, Illinois Tech, Wellesley, and Brandeis. Is that right?
Yes, so Tufts is very excited to get this first invitational out of the way tonight, saving up some play for those 2 games that they have tomorrow.
Right, and then 2 more games tomorrow. So stay tuned for that.
Tufts is looking to continue the strong offense they had in the last game, especially strong play from some of their newer sophomores who have filled some of those graduating seniors roles, like Tori Golden, who had a really strong game with 6 kills on Tuesday.
Right, I'm really excited to see how Coach Cora Thompson changes up the offense. Looked like she was very willing to put in some more inexperienced players yesterday, and I hope that continues today if we see Tufts take an early lead.
All right, Ariel Zedrick, the setter, is back to serve for Tufts. The serve is up and returned by the Hawks. And that is in. That is a kill there for
Weaver.
For Illinois Tech.
Right. Threads it through, not a hard hit, but hits her spot.
Weaver is back at the service line now for the Scarlet Hawks. Returned there by Dessler. To the outside, just sent over there by Yarwood. Graham there with the up for the Jumbos. Yarwood a tip over, picked up there by the Scarlet Hawks. Hit from the middle, picked up by Dessler. Cedric sent it to Ryan. Sent back over there, picked up by the Jumbos. Just a little bit of a misplay there from Lee on that push there from the Scarlet Hawks.
Right, tough point by Tufts. Had quite a few chances to get it going, but had to put a free ball over a few times.
Serve again from Weaver, and that is out. Served out of bounds, out of the back there by Weaver. Yarwood is back to serve. Had a great service run in the game against Roger Williams. Looking to continue that momentum here. Wonderful serve there, float serve. Sent to the outside there. Off the block, picked up by Dessler. Cedric sent it over to Golden, and that ball is out.
Hit the line judge on that one. Again, Tufts not looking totally in sync. We did see in Tuesday's game that they took a while to get going before just dominating later in the first set and the next 2.
Picked up there by Lee, sent to the outside for Dessler, and just drilled down the line there. Drilled across court there by Dessler.
Such an impactful weapon, always being able to get off hard hits, even off slightly off sets, as that one.
Libero, Stephanie Lee, back to serve for the Jumbos. Returned there by the Hawks, sent to the outside. Picked up by Zedrick. It's going to be a little bit off the net here for Dessler. Still sent over, but picked up. And stuff block there for Dessler off of that overpass from the Scarlet Hawks.
Too easy of a punish for the Jumbos right there. They definitely have the height advantage against pretty much every team that they play.
Lee back to serve again, just popped over there, but picked up by the Scarlet Hawks off the right side, and a tip, a beautiful dig by Lee, kept up by Zedric from the middle, and just drilled down by number 3, Harrington.
Now serving for Illinois Tech is number 14, Emily Graham.
Great spot, found that back right corner.
Back to serve is Graham, picked up there by the Jumbos off of a slide hit there for Legree, but that ball goes out.
Yeah, it's tough to reach those. Very precise footwork. And a set that's just a little off or that you're not confident in can go awry very quickly. Except Tufts won the point.
I believe that was a double that they called there, I think, on the Scarlet Hawks. So Yu is back to serve. Sent there to the outside for more, but blocked by Golden. Excuse me. By Lightfoot.
No solo blocks last game from the Jumbos.
Yu back to serve again. Picked up there by the Scarlet Hawks, sent outside 2 more. Blocked back over, rolled over the top there of that Jumbo's block. Sent to Lightfoot and drilled down the line by Maya Lightfoot. Yu back to serve again. She also had a great serving run in the Jumbos last game. That ball goes out of the back of the court there.
Now serving for Illinois Tech is number 6.
Back for
Kelsey
Illinois Tech,
Starnes.
we have Kelsey Starnes, the libero. Ball there picked up by Dessler. Yu sends that to Meyer Lightfoot, who just rolls it over there and puts it right into the middle of that blind spot.
Yeah, great call from Lightfoot. You could see you couldn't quite get the power on the low pass to get it far outside. Kind of wants to aim for the pin almost outside of the field of play. But Lightfoot able to make the best of it.
Dessler sent that one over, tipped back, picked up by Lee, sent outside to Yarwood, who toes it off the block there.
That's the set she was looking for right there. Perfect. Yarwood can pretty much take it anywhere she wants, and that she does, tooling the block.
Dessler back to serve again. Picked up by the Scarlet Hawks, sent outside 2 more, who gets stuffed by Legree and Lightfoot again.
By number 6, Grace Legree with number 7, Maya Lightfoot.
Tufts' height there proving to be a bit of a challenge. 4 more, who is their best hitter. Dessler back to serve again. And that ball goes out of bounds.
Good eye by Graham. Knew exactly where that back line was and gets a free point off the service error. Not too many of those last game. We saw just 3 of them through 3 total sets on Tuesday for the Jumbos.
Back to serve for the Hawks is Wilkins. Picked up there by Lee. Yu sends it to the right side there for Lightfoot. It just pushes it over. Rolled out of bounds there by Moore.
Almost a phenomenal spot on the hit. Goes across the court where nobody is, but didn't quite have the reach.
Legree is back to serve now for the Jumbos. Picked up there by the Hawks, sent to the right side there for Moore. Dessler keeps it up. Just push over there from Yu. Moore on the outside is going to have to send it over, and that's going to be a 4th hit and a point for the Jumbos. Jumbos able to get them out of rotation there, score that point.
Timeout Scarlet Hawks. Last point was interesting there. You seemed very in control of her pass over, went right to Alcantara, maybe to throw off their hitting rotation, but they still got a good set off. Lily, you were casting Tuesday's game against the regular Hawks. What have you thought so far in Tufts play compared to their first game of the season?
I think they were playing a little bit more aggressively on Tuesday. They seemed to be a little bit out of rotation, a little bit skittish today. But hopefully they're just going to shake off some of those nerves and, communicate a little bit better, and they'll be able to continue to really strike back against these Scarlet Hawks. But they have still looked very solid. They have a 7-point lead currently, so they're keeping up a strong game here.
5 points, it looks like.
5 points, sorry.
Right. I think in my entire time here, despite the roster overhauls of graduating players, I think Tufts has always really been a momentum-based team. That's definitely not a bad thing. I say that in the best way possible. The coaching staff has always seemed to make the correct adjustments and say the right things to their players, making sure to get the nerves out. And that's especially true in just their second game of the season as they try to get some rust off before conference play in just a few weeks.
We have Legree back to serve out of the timeout. And that ball is sent out of bounds. So that timeout was effective there for the Scarlet Hawks.
Now serving for the Scarlet Hawks.
Icing the server, maybe. My high school coach always told me the last thing you want to do out of a timeout is to give them the ball back on a serve.
Moore sends it over, picked up by Yarwood, who then hits it from the back row, I think.
Right, shifting into the middle. Maybe a timeout adjustment by Coach Thompson to shift the hitters and get Yarwood into the middle.
Now serving for the Bows is number 3, Ariel Cedric.
Cedric is back to serve now for the Jumbos. Ball is up, and that ball is short there for Cedric.
Illinois Tech.
Some service errors here today for the Jumbos that they did not have on Tuesday.
Right. If I'm not mistaken, they've already surpassed their number of service errors as on Tuesday. Very unlike them.
Weaver also misses that serve there for the Scarlet Hawks.
You know what? If I were either team, I'd be saying get us a new set of balls, because they seem to be magnetized to the net.
Here's Yarwood back to serve. That ball is kept in. Picked up there by Yarwood and sent for a quick tip there from Ryan. Outside to Graham, picked up by Dessler. Out to the right side to Golden, kept up by the Hawks. And off the block there is Alcantara.
See a sub in as Wilkins is out, and to serve for her is Reckamp.
Reckamp is back to serve now. That ball goes over and is picked up by Dessler. Zegter's going to keep that in, pushed over there by Golden, and just goes out of bounds.
Right, kind of got to a dead zone on the court, not far enough for a middle hit, and not close enough for a right side.
Reckamp is back to serve again, picked up by Lee. Zedrick outside to Dessler, who just drills it cross court.
Great, powerful rotation for the Jumbos, having Dessler being able to shift outside so easily and have that the biggest cannon in the NESCAC right there for 3 years running.
Lee tips that over. Beautiful serve there from Lee. Could not be handled there by Graham.
Right, and Lee, I believe she had a service error her last time up, but usually such an accurate server, one of the best I've ever seen. She really spreads it around the court.
An overpass there, picked up by Yarwood, tipped over by Zedrick, kept up there by the Hawks. Lee keeps it up, Zedrick outside to Dessler, just rolls it there into the middle. From the back row is Moore, picked up by Yarwood, sent to the right side to Golden, who just pushes it over, picked up there by the libero. Off the block An out-of-bounds point there for the Scarlet Hawks.
Right. Looks like Legree might have taken one to the face right there. Couldn't quite get her hands turned inside.
Graham is back to serve. Picked up there by Dessler. Sent to the middle from Golden. Drills that one down. Golden has been very impressive here in her first real season as a jumbo, having taken last year off because of COVID her freshman year.
And you with the standard rotation, switching out the right sides and setters.
You back to serve now. Picked up there by the Hawks. More on the outside, tipped up there, but Dessler just cannot pick that one up.
On a kill by number 13, Briar Moore.
It took a while for the whistle to go, but the line judge assures us that that hit the floor. Unsuccessful pancake by Dessler.
Number 6, Starnes Libero back to serve that one. Dessler just drilled it from the right side.
Now serving for the Bows is Kate Dessler.
So powerful, such long arms. Really nothing you can do when she just hits right over your arms into the middle of the court.
Then a beautiful serve there from Dessler. That ball goes out of bounds. Smart play there from the Jumbos. Weaver just was not able to get that one in. Dessler back to serve again. Just short there on the net.
The serving woes continue. But Tufts still maintaining the 5-point lead that they had during the Scarlet Hawks timeout. Hasn't grown, hasn't shrunk.
Back to serve is Wilkins. Picked up there by Dessler. Kept off the net by you and drilled by Legree. A beautiful, beautiful save there from you, and then just absolutely drilled down by Legree.
Yeah, great one set. Fun fact, during the COVID times of last year, despite being able to practice in, and there's a timeout by Illinois Tech, despite being able to practice in limited but, you know, as good as you can get during a pandemic, practice time, Tufts protocol actually didn't allow them to practice those one sets with the middle hitting right next to the setter. So great to see the synergy is still there between you and Legree. This is just their second game, second official game, I should say, playing together, but seem to have a great connection there. But as Tufts still maintains a 6-point lead, what do you think the coaching staff is saying to both teams in terms of serving errors?
I definitely think Coach Thompson is just encouraging the Jumbos here to just get the ball in, especially off this timeout. Even if you have to take a little bit of speed off it, just make sure that ball stays in. The Jumbos did a really great job against Roger Williams of forcing them to make the errors, just keeping the ball in, and basically forcing them to make mistakes. So hopefully they can continue with that sort of play here against Illinois Tech. Legree here should just really focus on just making sure this ball goes over the net, stays in bounds.
Tufts has looked clean. Wants Illinois Tech to make the mistakes.
Ball stays in, sent to the outside there. Rolled over, picked up by Dessler, drilled there by Yarwood on a cross court.
Right, really tough dig for the libero as Weaver, as not only was it straight to her face, which is hard enough, but she was actually in rotation, couldn't get her feet planted by the time of the hit.
Legree keeps that one in bounds, sent to the outside, blocked there by Golden and Ryan, or Lightfoot and Ryan, excuse me. Kept up by the Jumbos, Lightfoot there from the right side. Sent outside to Moore on what I believe is going to be a double set, so a point there for the Jumbos. An unfortunate double there.
Right, those are the
Scarlet
mistakes.
Hawks.
those are the mistakes the Hawks cannot afford to make going into the latter half of this set.
Legree picked up there, kept in bounds on what's going to be a free ball here. Yu's going to send that on a slide to Ryan. That goes out of bounds. Just was not able to get her shoulders fully rotated there.
Right, didn't get the result they wanted, but that's some classic jumbo volleyball right there. 8 times out of 10, I would say, a free ball's going to a slide to the middle.
Oh, a 10-foot hit there for Lightfoot.
What can you do? You know, they hit it really on every spot of the net. Just so difficult to block. You need the speed, and Tufts already has the length to trump you there.
Zedrick back to serve now. Picked up there by Moore. Set to the right side and blocked by Yarwood and Ryan.
Yeah, great timing. You could see it in warm-ups too, how precise they are with their blocking coordination, and they both see the tip, go up slowly, wait for the hitter to swing.
I think that ball did not have a touch on it there, so that will be a point there for the Jumbos. Yeah, as you said, I think the Scarlet Hawks have just been really struggling here with overcoming Tufts' height advantage and coordination on their blocks. Zedrick sends that serve over. A quick middle hit there, but picked up by Zedrick, tipped over by Ryan. Sent to the right side there, blocked again by Ryan. And sent back over on a free ball, picked up there by Golden, tipped over by Yarwood. Kept up by the Hawks. A right side hit that goes out of bounds. So set there goes to the Jumbos on a good rally for that last point there.
Yeah, Scarlet Hawks have definitely played some tough volleyball, but Tufts volleyball has definitely had the advantage. Really the same thing as we saw Tuesday. Close for first 10 points on each side, and then Tufts pulls away, just dominates the set. What we saw Tuesday was Tufts also dominates the next 2 sets and wins in a straight 3. But Scarlet Hawks, I'm confident can make some adjustments. You definitely saw a lot of errors you don't want to make, but definitely nothing a team of their caliber can't handle with their 1-2 record so far. But Tufts, the length, the coordination, the coaching adjustments has looked phenomenal. Not sure you see a way of them letting this game go.
I agree. For the Scarlet Hawks, Alcantara, Harrington, and Moore have all been plenty deadly in the games they've played so far this season. And Tufts has done a really good job of just making sure to stay big on that net and force them to take those tips or those roll shots, or really try to hit that ball and force it through that block there. But the complications of Tufts' offense, I think, is really proving to be a bit of a struggle here for the Scarlet Hawks. They're able to run people from so many different positions. You know, having Yarwood hit out of the middle. Dessler had a great kill from the right side. Makes it really hard for a defense to adequately stop them.
Yeah, Tufts has had such a balanced attack. You see back threes, front threes, slides, 5s, 4s, pretty much anything you can name, 1s, 2s. And it's just so difficult when you have such tall players like Lightfoot and Dessler, who even on, slightly off sets, their length and their just standing height can put balls down into the middle of the court where the Scarlet Hawks are vulnerable.
Yeah, earlier in the game, Yarwood was able to actually get a really nice hit off of just a standing sort of rollover. So the adaptability of the Tufts team, I think, is something that's really helped them so far in this match.
Yeah, I think maybe the one flaw or perhaps just adjustment that was being needed to make by the Jumbos was their serve receive or just their general passing. but you clearly see Coach Thompson drilled it into them. Communicate. You can hear him screaming on the court, saying when they have it, when they don't have the ball, and past the first half of that first set, there were really no more communication errors, and a lot better passing to the setters. Maybe missing a bit, but when you have such powerful hitters, they can make adjustments quite well.
Looks like Tufts here is going with a similar starting lineup to how they started the first match, hoping, I think, to just keep that momentum going that they had there in the first set.
We'll have the two middles, Legree and Ryan, in, with Ryan subbing out right away for Libero Lee. Dessler, Golden, Yarwood, and Zedrick also in, so you're right. Same starting lineup. Scarlet Hawks looks similar as well, though it does look like Starnes will be subbing in right away at Libero. Leach.
Actually, looks like Leach
Now playing with the hand towel. Interesting decision.
It is. I've never encountered a hand towel before, but I guess she's hoping it will give her a little bit better grip on the ball, maybe for a better serve. Here,
or she forgot. Either one.
That's true.
We'll see. Someone will point out.
The Scarlet Hawks could use a nice serving run right here off the bat from Leach.
Though we're seeing a scorekeeping fiasco. Nope. Looks like they're ready to play the R2 on the far side of the court. Talking to the scorekeepers, making sure everything was in an order.
Served up, picked up there by Lee. Zedrick sends that to Dessler. A beautiful tip, kept up by Leach. Sent over on a free ball here. Sent outside to Dessler, who hits it from the middle. Kept up on what is going to be a back row hit there from Moore. Zedrick sent out to the right side to Golden. Cross court, but picked up from Leach. And just hit out of bounds there by Alcantara.
Yeah, Tufts looked like they had a play they wanted to run, but a little miscommunication or just mistiming with the set, despite the good pass from Lee right off the bat, and then they just ran it again, and got the Scarlet Hawks out of their defensive rotation.
I believe, is back to serve for the Jumbos. On the outside there, Alcantara picked up by Dessler, who's going to hit it here from the outside. Picked up by Moore. Leach sends that outside. Picked up by Yu. Lee is going to tip that over. Dessler gets a nice tip right there to the middle.
Right, again, such great adjustments by Dessler. She has the unteachables, like size and maybe athleticism, but truly such a high IQ player. Really has so many weapons to choose from in terms of her hitting, tipping, and roll shotting.
That's going to be a double on that back set there from Leach, off of just a beautiful float serve from Yu.
Right, just 3 points into the current set, but Leach has looked pretty comfortable, getting around the court quickly, making sure she can get under each pass.
Kept up there by Leach, sent to the outside to Alcantara, picked up by Lee. Yu's going to send that to the right side to Golden, who's going to, Moore keeps that up. Alcantara blocked, but kept up by Dessler. Golden tools it off that block there. Smart play. Sorry, I think that is Lightfoot, not Golden.
Correct.
Excuse my.
When they can all hit so well, it's hard to keep track.
It is. Both players having excellent games today. That ball goes just outside there for you. Who really has had a stellar service record both in this game and in the last game. That float serve has been really hard for these teams to return. Hassel is back to serve for the Scarlet Hawks. That ball goes out of bounds though. And the service errors continue for both
Now
teams.
serving for Tufts is number 1, Kate Dessler.
Dessler is back to serve. Kept in there. Leach is going to send that outside to Moore, who drills that, but it's out of bounds. So point there for the Jumbos.
Briar Moore. Correction, point Tufts.
Had the bump, had the set, even had the spike, but just a little bit off.
Dessler on a beautiful ace there.
Jumbos on an ace by number 1.
Right, hits the
Kate
seam,
Dessler.
props to Dessler, but of course, that's going to be an error on the Scarlet Hawks' part. That's the one thing you really don't want to see, especially when you're 6 points down at the start of the set, is a miscommunication.
Good pickup there, Alcantara from the right side. Picked up there by Dessler. Sent outside to Yarwood, who just drills it right there into the middle of the court.
Number 17.
Yeah, they know exactly where the Scarlet Hawks rotation is going to be. Catch Starnes on the far side of the court, not able to cover that seam. And it's so much easier for the Jumbos as
A
that
service
serves.
error there from Dessler.
So much easier for the Jumbos when those blocks aren't there or aren't as much of a threat from Illinois Tech. And you start just, you forget about them. You don't even bother tooling when you can just hit straight down.
Oh, Legree with a nice tip there. It's going to be a free ball over, picked up there by Lee. He was going to send it on a quick to Legree, but picked up by Leach on a surprise free ball. Yarwood on the outside, bounced that off the block. Leach is going to send this one outside to Moore, who just rolls it. Yarwood able to get her hands on it, though. Let's see if Lightfoot can keep that up.
Point Illinois Tech.
Good hustle from both teams on some out-of-rotation plays there.
Right, Illinois Tech trying to win a war of attrition, just defending what Tufts throws at them and trying to wait for a mistake.
Service error there from Weaver. Continuing with what seems to be a little bit of a service curse we have here going on in Cousins.
And Legree is the middle to serve in this rotation as Ryan subs in.
Alcantara there from the right side. Ryan's going to tip that over. And then smart tip there.
Number 15, Jennifer Ryan.
And I think you could see from the expression on her face, she really wasn't expecting that one. Gets a bit lucky on the tip, but no complaints. It's still a point on the scoreboard.
Legree serves that over, but picked up by Moore, who's now going to hit it from the outside, drilled,
Good catch.
but picked up off Legree there.
13, Briar Moore.
Wow.
That ball sent into the JumboCast cameras.
Too bad we didn't catch that on camera. Could have put it on your own highlight reel.
Number 12,
Back to serve now
Sasami Caven.
is Caven for the Scarlet Hawks. A new player there in for them. Hughes sends that back. A tip from Lightfoot.
Jumbo.
A beautiful delayed tip there. So hard to block. Lightfoot out there for Zedrick. Golden coming in for you.
Right. Jumbo's running the 5-2.
Zedrick,
Always subbing in Zedrick into the back row.
who is now back on that service line. Outside there, a tip, which is picked up by Zedrick. Nice hustle there. Tipped over from the middle, kept up by Lee. Rolled over there by Dessler. It's going to be a right side hit there, picked up by Golden. Zedrick sent it outside to Yarwood. Off the block, a little bit of a miscommunication there, but tipped over. Zedrick is going to send that in a back row from Dessler, who just hits it out of bounds there.
Illinois Tech.
Really scrappy volleyball, and I say that in the best way possible from each side. Tufts had some miracle passes in there, but the Scarlet Hawks come out on top.
Moore back to serve, a nice play up there by Yarwood, but a tip over from Ryan. Zedrick just pushes that to the back corner from the outside. Dessler unable to get to that one.
Yeah, that's the second time in a row Zedrick, as the setter, I guess decides, if she can't take the second ball, she might as well just try and set it over quickly, try and catch him off guard. Doesn't work either time.
Cedric outside to Yarwood, who just tips it into that middle area there. Picked up, though, back row from Moore, but kept up by Dessler. And then Golden,
Point, Scarlet Hawks.
unable to get that back over. Nice back row hit there from Moore.
Illinois Tech really finding their stride here. Just a 4-point differential is the best they've seen all game, pretty much.
Moore back to serve, a beautiful pass there from Lee. A quick to Golden that just goes out of bounds.
Point, Illinois Tech.
Tufts is continuing to rotate their players here through different hitting positions. Trying to use a little bit of trickery. Moore back again. Cedric keeps that up outside to Yarwood, who drills it down the line. Moore unable to pick that one up.
Number 17, Janelle.
Yeah, nothing like just your standard 5 outside set to get the team going again. You'd see Yarwood, a very reliable hitter, despite having, the powerhouse of Dessler in the back row.
That's a kill there for Hassel
Point, Illinois Tech.
from Illinois Tech, who's been having a nice set.
Now serving for the Scarlet
Yeah,
Hawks.
really great setting and hitting from the Scarlet Hawks. They're throwing Tufts off their rotation. When the blocks aren't up, Tufts is much more vulnerable.
Starnes there back to serve, but a service error there from Starnes.
Point, Jumbos.
Libero. Legree is now in the game there for Ryan.
Lee forced a few service errors from Illinois Tech last time she was up, but they
Nice
served
serve
that one
there.
well.
And a tip over, but picked up there from Lee. So just going to go outside to Dessler, off the block there. Sent outside to Hassel. Cedric picks that one up. Lee's going to send that one outside to Golden, who tries to get the angle but is unable to there.
Right. Looked like Cedric had to take the first ball, and Lee.
Entering and serving
I'm not
for the Scarlet
completely
Hawks.
confident in women's NCAA ruling, but not sure she can use her hands in front of that 10-foot line as the libero.
Leach there back to serve for the Hawks on a quick to Legree. Put that away there. Legree did from the middle on a quick set.
Yeah, check out the hang time from Legree. Just floats up there, waits for the one, and makes it easy for her setter to just slam that one out.
Serving for Tufts.
Lightfoot is in for Cedric. Yu is in for Golden here. Yu is back at the service line for the Jumbos. That serve just floats out of the back of the boundary there. Continuing with some service troubles for both teams. Hassel is back now for the Scarlet Hawks to serve. Another service error there for the Hawks.
Serving for the Bows is number 1.
Hopefully Dessler can put this ball over, break up some of the service errors here.
I can already hear the lectures each team is getting about their service woes after tonight.
Moore tipped that, but I believe that's going to be an out-of-bounds ball there on that set. So the point will go to the Jumbos. Dessler back to serve. A nice serve, but picked up there by Leach. Alcantara rolls it over, but that is a double, another double there for Leach on another back set.
Right, really struggled. Awkward position for Leach to get that back set. It would have been tough to get to the outside pin as well, hence why she maybe forced her way into the right side hit. But either way, it's a double, another jumbo point. Again, about the same spot we were at last set with Tufts up 6. Illinois Tech taking a timeout. We've seen both teams really improve, I think. It's definitely looking more and more like a close competitive game. The Scarlet Hawks went on a really nice run. What do you think attributes to that?
I think I've seen both teams this set be much more scrappy. They're really fighting for each point. We've had multiple balls where they've been chasing it to all edges of the court. And so I think that kind of hustle is what's really keeping these Scarlet Hawks in the game, because they are at that probable physical disadvantage, losing a little bit of height there to the Jumbos.
Right, it's interesting to see Tufts maybe losing their dominant net control that they had from the first set. Not sure I've seen really any clean blocks except maybe the first few points of this set. And the Scarlet Hawks are taking advantage, hitting where they want, finding their seams, and, you know, volleyball is a game of momentum both within a set and just within 1 point, where a good pass is a good set, is a good hit, but a bad pass is a bad hit.
Dessler is back to serve now, looking to just put this one in off of that timeout. Picked up there by the Hawks. And off that block, there's Allison Tara from the right side.
Right, Yarwood couldn't quite close her hands over. Looked like she was a bit too far off the net from what she likes, and lets the ball slip right through.
Weaver now back to serve for the Hawks. Beautiful serve, but picked up by Dessler to that right side is Lightfoot off the block.
Yeah, Moore and Harrington were both there on the block, but Lightfoot able to put it right through, and unfortunately, even though you get quite a bit of speed off the ball, sometimes your defense just isn't in the right place.
Liguri back to serve, kept up by Allison Tara, kept in there. Lightfoot's gonna tip that one over. Yarwood just drills that. Starnes unable to pick that one up. A beautiful angle there from Yarwood.
Yeah, great speed. Looked like she had the foresight. She knew exactly what she was doing. Had to get it over on a third touch, just aims into the block and then covers for herself and able to get the Jumbos another point.
Liguri there back to serve on a quick set and a nice tip there from Sadie Harrington.
Right, they knew where they wanted to go with that ball. Looked like they had great communication there. Leach, when a setter sees a nice pass right in front of the net, you've got to go with the one if you trust your middle.
Back to serve there is Kavan, picked up by Lee. Lightfoot drilled it down there from the right side again.
Yeah, Kavan in the exact right position, guarding the middle of the floor, making sure nothing falls, but you know, usually you expect a tip in there right into the middle of the court, but Lightfoot has shown time and time again that she can
at the
hit right through.
Put down by Yarwood on an overpass.
And now we're seeing that at the net dominance return for the Jumbos. Nothing easy as Illinois Tech takes their second and final timeout. They've used all possible timeouts so far. That kind of shows you where the momentum is going, as the Jumbos are ahead by 8, just 4 points left until they can take this set and take a 2-0 lead. Looks like since last time out, the Jumbos have maybe seen a greater improvement, looking cleaner, not having to rely on these scrappy points. What do you think is going on in the Illinois Tech huddle at the moment?
I think their coach is trying to encourage them to not send over some of those easy overpasses and free balls that they've been giving the Jumbos. The Jumbos are very deadly when they're in rotation. So Illinois Tech, even on some of those off the net balls or even from the back row, they need to really make sure that they are forcing those Jumbos out of rotation by aiming at Zedrick or you, not allowing the libero there to just pick up the ball and then give the Jumbos their full hitting options, because they're so deadly when they have a really nice pass there, so the setter can do pretty much anything she wants with it.
Right, I definitely think the sets haven't quite been there for the Jumbos. Of course, when you have such a wide arsenal of hits on every position at the net, it's difficult to hone that down to perfection, especially this early in the season. But they're definitely getting there.
Kept up there by Karan, tipped over and it blocked there. It looks like maybe from Farragher.
Yeah, Farragher amped up, and rightfully so, because that was a really nice block. Doesn't give Illinois Tech the chance.
Comes right into the game and then a stuff block. Cedric sends that over. That's just pounded down by Ryan. Those overpasses we were talking about during the timeout.
Right, foot on the gas, and it's not going anywhere. The Jumbos amped up to finish this set as they're looking for just 2 more to put it away.
Cedric sent their roll off the outside, picked up by Dessler. Quick there for Ryan, just tips it over. Smart tip there by Ryan.
Yeah, too predictable by the Hawks. Maybe got a little scared on the back-to-back blocks at the net by the Jumbos and tries the roll shot and just lets Tufts get into their offense too easily.
Cedric here on set point. Moore unable to keep that one in from the right side. So
Close.
that set is going to go to the Jumbos.
Nice clean hit, but alas, they're down 12 and are going to lose that set. Tufts aiming for their second straight set win to start off this season. This is just their second game of the season. They had a few friendly scrimmages up in Maine at Bowdoin. That's where Bowdoin is, right?
Yes,
okay.
Bowdoin is in Maine.
I should know that. They're in the NESCAC. But they seem to do really well there, and they're executing against these non-conference teams. Definitely a lot to improve upon, I would say, from both teams. They're never going to settle. When your aim is at least a NESCAC championship, there are just a few teams in their way. You really don't accept anything below perfection if you're the Jumbos. The Scarlet Hawks as well, they're definitely putting up against a good fight against one of the top teams in the Division III country.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what the Jumbos do here coming into this third set. In their game against Roger Williams, they did pull some of their starters and allow some of their depth to play, letting some of their sophomores and juniors play here. And it does look like Harrison may be coming in here at libero. She has the libero jersey on, and Leah's back in that white jersey. It'll be interesting to see if the Jumbos use the same strategy or if they continue with the lineup that they have been going with throughout this game.
Yeah, good catch. That's almost certainly what's happening. They always run a libero, as she now as the number 2. Okay.
Harrison did play very well in what I believe was her debut against Roger Williams. Showing a strong performance from all of the sophomores, especially Golden, who had 6 kills in that game, tying for the most with Kate Dessler.
Right, a lot of debuts on Tuesday, as there was a very large sophomore class that, of course, didn't play in 2020. Both first years are scratches from the roster. So far in this game, there's just the 2 of them, and this is really a bit of a change in coaching philosophy from what I've seen, or what I saw in 2019, my only other year here where they played, as really the Jumbos, they had a lot of dominant games, maybe not to this extent where they're, winning sets by 12, but even then, there wasn't a lot of rotation for the first years or sophomores. So it is exciting to see the Jumbos get so much playing time. It shows a confidence in the roster that I'm sure was still there in 2019. But being able to see the minutes distributed, as well as new faces and just a lot of all-around skill on this roster.
Especially after the talent of that graduating senior class for really the last 2 years. That's now missing from that Jumbos team. It's nice to see that those sophomores have done well in filling those shoes.
Yeah, a lot of All-American talent, All-NESCAC talent. Tina Wonkpa comes to mind. Rachel Firash, their main setter and captain. Maddie Stewart was also a key to that team.
Maddie Yu there, serving in for the Jumbos to start this third set. Alison Tara on the right side. Yu's going to send out a quick one to Legree, but a nice dig there from the Hawks. Just pushed over there. Moore is going to be blocked by Legree and Lightfoot.
Right, looks like so far the only roster switch, maybe it's because of the jersey, is Harrison for the Jumbos, but we also see Wynn getting some play time for Illinois Tech.
Yu back again, nice serve there. That's going to be another double from Leach. Struggling a little bit today with those back sets.
Yeah, the R1 really stingy on those doubles. Poor Leach hasn't gotten away with any of them. Maybe it's the towel, you know? It attracts too much attention.
Moore there on the outside drills it, but a nice pickup from Harrison. Dressler off the outside. A beautiful kill there from Dessler.
You know, I compliment Dessler for her IQ and her touch, but you can never forget how powerful that arm is. Just truly, that's the definition of just hitting right through the block. There's no chance that the Scarlet Hawks block that one.
It's going to be sort of a free ball there from Moore. Yu's going to send that to Lightfoot, who drills it down the line. Lightfoot has had an impressive game today. Making sure to keep that big block up there on Moore, who probably is Illinois Tech's biggest weapon.
Yeah, can't be having those down balls get over. Gonna need some more aggressive hits from the Scarlet Hawks.
Alison Tara just out of bounds there.
And that's what they need to find. Alison Tara is doing a phenomenal job, just always hitting, you know. Has missed a few times, maybe trying to dodge the block too much. But that's the team philosophy that Illinois is going to need.
A quick hit there, but picked up by Yu. Harrison's going to set that over to Lightfoot, who's going to roll that one over. Leach back to Alison Tara, who's going to hit that out of bounds out the back of the court there.
Great adjustment by the Jumbos. They go up 6-0 to start this set. We saw Yu had to take that first touch, and Harrison feels comfortable with the bump set at the libero position.
Yu on a beautiful service run here. Leach is going to set that to Moore, who drills it, but that's out of bounds.
Point, Jumbos.
Yu having a beautiful service run here. Really nice float serves. Really hard to return here. It looks like Alison Tara is out, and
Reckamp is in for her.
Is going to be in. Trying to, I think, get a little bit more height there on that right side. Yu just dribbles that over, but that goes out of bounds.
Point, Illinois Tech.
Smart.
Yeah, you could see her spread those sets around. Definitely worth trying. She's had some setting woes, or serving woes, excuse me, in all three of these sets. So
Serve
doesn't
there
hurt to try.
From Weaver to the outside for Legree.
It works. Didn't get to show off the hops on that one, but stays in control, knows exactly where she wants that ball, and just rolls it in.
Dessler is now back to serve. Beautiful float serve there from Dessler. Leach, a quick one, picked up by Harrison. Yu's going to send that outside to Yarwood, who beautiful right on the line there. almost impossible to return.
Yeah, it looks like Illinois Tech trying everything. Van is now in. A lot more height at the net, trying to match the Jumbo's power there.
Dessler, another beautiful serve. More on the outside, just tips that. That pancake was unsuccessful there from you.
Unfortunate. Looked pretty clean. It would have been nice to get that one up. But yeah, we saw Moore make the best of a poor situation there. Just rolls it right in.
Back to serve is Caban. Picked up by Harrison. Nice pass there. From the outside is Lightfoot again.
That's even another variation on their middle hit there. We've seen the outsides or opposites come in from the setter's left, but Lightfoot actually came from their right there.
Oh, a block there from Ryan and Lightfoot. Really making sure to shut down that outside attack for Illinois.
Yeah, right back into Bracco's arms. She was in position to cover her own hit, but just right into her lap.
LaGria, nice serve. More on the right side. That is another block from Yarwood and Ryan, but just tipped over and unable to be picked up there by Lightfoot, excuse me.
Yeah, in position to dig a hard hit if the Scarlet Hawks were able to get it, but looks like the coaching staff want her deeper in to get those tips.
Ooh, and a little push there to Ryan on the outside, picked up by Dessler. Yarwood on the outside, off the block there, and just shoved down there by Ryan.
Yeah, no chance for Van. Unfortunate for her. She was a little out of position. Looked like the setter was in the correct spot. Just if you're the middle there, I guess you can speak more to this. You played the position, but you've got to find your own setter and move to them, and she was just a little too far off, couldn't get a clean hit.
Yeah, and those are the types of hits for Ryan. Those are the types of blocks that you really wish for when you're a middle. Those ones that are just rolling right over the net.
All right. Bennett and Farragher are now in for the Jumbos.
Bennett here at the middle. Farragher on the right side. Served in there by Zedrick. Tipped over, picked up by Zedrick, but that's going to go over the net. And another free ball.
Wow.
Jumbos just couldn't get there. Interesting.
You know, this is why I don't play high-level volleyball, because I was a little confused as to why Libero would take a free ball and send it right back over, but she sees better than me, even given my better vantage point, and hits it right into an empty
from
spot.
The outside, just buried. Yeah, an interesting decision there by Starnes, but clearly it was effective for Illinois. Yarwood back to serve. Had just a beautiful float serve. As I say that, it does go out.
Yeah, that's some
there.
commentator's curse. Can't be doing that. Rookie mistake.
Looks like Leach is back to serve now for the Scarlet Hawks.
For the Scarlet Hawks is number 1, Emily Leach.
Really wants to keep this one in. Don't make any unforced errors. Picked up by Dessler. From the back is Yarwood. It's sort of an off-speed hit to the right side there. Unable to get that one over is Reckamp.
Yeah, Starnes did what she could at the libero position. Passes it nice and high. Maybe not as close to the net as Reckamp wanted it, but still got to hit those over.
Nice serve there from Harrison to the outside for Reckamp. Picked up again by Harrison. Zedrick's going to send that one back to Farragher, who goes down the line. Moore just unable to keep that one off the net.
Yeah, phenomenal dig by Harrison as well. Just that first bump is so important. just a little off, and it's just exponential in how much it helps your team to get a clean hit off. Of course, the Scarlet Hawks had a nice dig on it as well, but just a little too into the net, and nobody really knew how to cover it. And Tufts, they dominated in set 1. They dominated in set 2. They are just absolutely killing these Scarlet Hawks in the third set, 15-5, as they take their first of probably, again, 2 timeouts.
It is interesting, I think, in this set. Tufts has switched up that lineup a little bit, and I think they're almost more in sync in this set than they were in the first 2. Even with those lineup changes, they've just really been on fire in this set. They've given the Scarlet Hawks almost nothing.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. I think with the less experienced players in, it does seem as though they simplify the offense a bit, which can help a lot. Just going with the outsides, we haven't really seen.
Serving out of the timeout for the Jumbos is number 2, Megan Harrison.
I haven't seen too many threes or back sets, despite the free balls going over.
Harrison is back to serve, keeps that ball in. Leach is going to set that one. Oh, another up by Harrison. But that ball goes over and is just put down there by Weaver. Another one of those balls as a middle that you're really hoping for that are just dribbling over the net in sort of a free ball situation.
For Illinois Tech is number 4, Stephanie Nguyen.
Back to serve is Nguyen for the Scarlet Hawks. I believe this is her first entrance into the game. Picked up there by Harrison, another nice dig. Farragher from the middle, is unable to get that one over.
Point Illinois Tech.
Again, we were talking about simplifying that offense. Looks like they went for a little bit more of a complicated play there. Weren't quite all in sync.
Yeah, too bad. It was a really nice receive as well.
And then back again. Another nice receive there from Harrison. A quick to Legree on what I believe is going to be a block there for Weaver.
Legree seems to think it was her bad on that one. Hits it right into the block. Maybe could have tooled it a little better given the situation. Got to realize when the set is low, it's tough to hit straight down.
A back row from Yarwood. And that ball just dribbles down the front of Weaver. Really unfortunate when you're a middle. That's always the most unfortunate thing that can happen to you, where you're just a little bit too far away from the net and that ball, you block it, but it ends up on your side of the net right in front of you.
You would never do that, though, I'm sure.
I've done that too many times to count. You back again to serve. That ball goes out of bounds. And what might be our first service error of this set.
Now serving for the Scarlet Hawks is number 8,
from the
Jessica
Jumbos.
Weaver.
Weaver is now back at that service line for the Hawks. Another service error. I think I'm cursing people. Trying to make sure that we keep those balls in. I think for both teams is going to be really important here as we're closing this set down. Dessler is back to serve for the Jumbos. Kept that in. That is an overpass put down there by Yarwood.
Scored by number 17, Janelle Yarwood.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of those in this game. Scarlet Hawks definitely not happy with those slight passes over.
That serve skims off the net there, off of Legree's block, and just unable to be picked up there by the Jumbos defense.
Yeah, it looked like Yarwood had the cover angle, but couldn't get 2 arms out, and it skims off her left.
In now to serve, I believe, is Kavan, number 12, for the Scarlet Hawks. Hit over, picked up there by Yarwood, saved by you, sent over there by Harrison. To the outside for Moore, who's off the net there a little bit. Dessler picks it up To the right side is Lightfoot, who's unable to keep that one in. That one just goes out of that back right corner there.
Right, definitely a bit too far off the net for her taste. You made the best of it, but
A nice dig there from Harrison, tipped over by Lightfoot. On the right side here, picked up by Dessler. That's on the net, saved by you, and hit over by Dessler from the back row. And another one of those blocks that just ends up right in front of you. Unable, looks like Legree and Lightfoot, they were unable to just get their hands over that net.
right, maybe a timing issue, went up a bit too late, had to take their hands away before the ball actually met them at the net.
Service error there from Cavan. Continuing with what has been a little bit of a shaky service night for both teams. Legree is now back to serve for the Jumbos. Bennett, I believe, is now up at the front. A nice little middle hit there, but picked up by Dessler. Yarwood off the block there, but that's going to go out of bounds, pouncing off what I believe was the pin. An unfortunate turn there for Yarwood and what looked to be a really nice line hit. Moore is now back to serve for the Scarlet Hawks. Harrison is another nice dig, sent to that right side by Lightfoot, who gets blocked.
Yeah, it looked like it's, volleyball, sometimes a game of inches. Looked like Lightfoot was positioned so that she wanted that set a little bit further out.
Looks like just an error there from Harrison. Looked like she was going to let it out, but it bounced off of her shoulder there. A nice float serve there from Moore. So hard to return when the ball dives like that. But a beautiful dig there from Harrison. And that ball goes out of bounds. It looks like, yes, the R1 is going to call that one out. So a point there for the Jumbos. Lightfoot able to tool that off the block. Zedrick and Farragher are now in for you and Lightfoot.
Now serving for Tufts is number 3, Ariel Zedrick.
Cedric back to serve. Had a good serving day so far.
Jumbos 5 points away from a win with a 5-point cushion between them and Illinois Tech.
That's going to be a tool off the block there for Hassel, who has really come alive here a little bit in the third set. Starnes, the libero, is back to serve now. Harrison picks that up, another nice dig. Yarwood on the outside drills it. Starnes able to pick it up on a free ball there. Farragher from the outside, picked up again by Moore. Hassel just tips that one over, but that looks like it's going to be a net.
Net on the Jumbos. Huge props to Illinois Tech. That was some textbook defense right there. Though they weren't hitting as hard as they would have liked, the Jumbos put in 2-3 really hard hits, and they dug them perfectly every time.
Ryan is now in there for Bennett, just drilled from the back by Dessler, but tipped over, picked up by Zedrick. Going to be sent to the outside for Lightfoot, who's able to keep that one in. Good communication by the Jumbos.
Yeah, it looked like Starnes came in expecting a tip or maybe just a different bounce off the block, which would have been a great read, but the power on the hit just takes it sailing into the back corner, and she's out of position.
Second time out there for the Scarlet Hawks. I think looking to prevent any sort of service run before it happens.
Yeah, it looks like they're really coming into their own in this this last set. Thankfully for them, they do have 2 more games in this tournament, or gathering, I should say, this round robin against Wellesley and Brandeis. So it'll be fun to keep an eye on those. But I'm afraid it might be too little too late. Of course, I don't want to jinx it for our Jumbos. I'm a little biased. But they have definitely adjusted to where Tufts is hitting. You saw in a few of those points, despite the great hard hits from the Jumbos, they're right under them, hitting straight to their, or passing straight to their setter and getting some nice clean hits up. Haven't had to play as scrappy as they were before, and now, you know, they're chipping away, though they've got a 4-point deficit to make up in just 4 points left in this set.
Yarwood is back to serve now for the Jumbos, looking to put these last 4 points away and get that sweep. Beautiful float serve there, but picked up by Moore. A free ball is going to be sent over. Farragher from the outside on a nice little push there. Smart play. Kavan unable to really pick that one up there.
Yep.
The Scarlet Hawks.
That's a domino effect right there. Great serve leads to a free ball and a clean hit from the Jumbos.
Another great serve there from Yarwood. Moore off the block there from the back row.
See a sub in as Reckamp comes in for Kavan.
And Leach will now be in, setting from the back row there. Serving now for the Scarlet Hawks. Picked up there by the Jumbos and a tip blocked there by Weaver. Ryan unable to get that one over the block.
Right, if you had to pick one concern from the Jumbos, which truly is just nitpicking at what has been an all-around great performance, it's been the sets just inches off. Seems like the hitters can't quite get to the ball.
Nice pickup there from Harrison, sent to the outside to Dessler. Put down the line. When in doubt, go back to Dessler.
Now serving to the bows of number 2, Megan Harrison.
Yeah, I've seen my fair share of Division III volleyball at this point, and I have truly never seen such a dominant hitter when going straight down the line as Dessler is.
Oh, and blocked there by Legree and Farragher. Hassel unable to get that over that block. Tufts continuing with their dominance on the net as we get here to match point. Harrison back to serve. Picked up. Leach is going to send that to the right side. Out of bounds there and no touch. Set goes to the Jumbos, and that is another sweep there for the Jumbos. 25-19 is the final score of that set 3 there for the Jumbos.
We'll see you then.
And they will wave goodbye, no handshakes for COVID.
For COVID purposes, I think. A very exciting match there for the Jumbos. I really liked the dominance that they were showing on the net. They continued with the stellar performance they had against Roger Williams on Tuesday. A great way to start their invitational.
Yeah, just a great game from the Jumbos and an optimistic performance from the Scarlet Hawks as they go into this weekend, ready to play Wellesley and Brandeis. Tufts, their expectations are high, and so far they've looked great in their 2 games of the season. I have no doubts that they'll keep on improving. They had quite a few service errors in those first 2 sets, but just even in the third with these mid-game adjustments have been phenomenal in ironing out those errors. So it's great to see. I'm very hopeful for the Jumbos as they go into this weekend and then go into NESCAC play. It'll be really fun to watch.
Yeah, it'll be very exciting. They have 2 more games tomorrow against both Wellesley and Brandeis. First game will be at 10 a.m. We will be back here. Henry and I will be back calling that game at 10 a.m. Hopefully the Jumbos can go ahead and get some rest tonight and keep up with that performance they had. Making sure that they're getting that depth in there has been really important for me, and being optimistic about those 2 games that they're going to play tomorrow. Knowing they're able to get lots of fresh legs in there if they need them.
Yep, it'll be really fun to get back on the call early tomorrow morning. I'm sorry if you're in California and you have to get up at 7 a.m., but it's a requirement, you know. Jumbo fans will do anything to support this team. So we will see you then. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Henry. This is Lily. And thank you for watching.